Prepare to ignite your creativity and fasten your seatbelt as we zoom into the express lane of inspiration in 2024. Today's episode guarantees an exciting voyage packed with dynamic tools and turbocharged ideas. Come be a part of the excitement. The ride is about to begin.
Welcome to Content Creators Connect. Here we're all about encouraging the 3 C's, connecting with others via video, a content development that builds your personal brand, and creators sharing their experiences despite their distance.
My friends, the C3 team member leading this evening is Kevin, also known as ClasicMac to his online community. He is a strong advocate in finding low-cost tools to help you in your live streaming journey.
So, I have a question for you guys. How do you approach long-term planning for your streaming? Like, do you outline any specific goals or milestones that you wish to achieve throughout the year? And why don't we start off with Dori?
Okay, I don't really have a long-term plan. Honestly, my goal when I stream is really about just reaching my audience in a meaningful way. And that does not, I don't mean to denigrate or downgrade other people's purposes, because I know everyone has that same purpose. They want to reach their audience in a meaningful way. But they also plan and prep, which I'm not really sure if it's good, bad, or indifferent that I don't. But really right now, I don't plot and plan content in advance. I guess if you were asking specifically about goals, I would say that that is my goal. My goal is to try to reach as many people as I can meaningfully, if that even makes sense? Question mark. Manny, what do you think?
Well, I'm almost in the same boat. In years past, there have been those moments where it's like, oh, I got this goal, I got that goal, write it down, or turn into a new year, have these resolutions. I don't really take that approach anymore, especially when it comes to my content planning. Yes, I do have content planned out. I don't have a long-term plan for the content because really it's more of a put up content when I can, as I can, but do my absolute best to get better and better. So long term, I do have goals with my channels, with my YouTube channels, with my clients' YouTube stuff and those type of things. But for me, on a personal level, it's more really as I go, get the content together, do your best to put it up, and make sure that it's as great as better than it was yesterday. So that's kind of my long-term plan, is to just keep getting better and better. But no, I don't necessarily have like this big, like this is what I'm gonna do in January 31st of this. I don't really have that anymore. I do have content planned for like the week, but I schedule it and post it. But I don't that's not really long term, right? To me, I hear long term, I think of a year or more. So for content creation, my long term plan is to stick with it, be consistent, don't give up. Short term plan is just keep getting better and better. I don't know if that's the type of answer you're looking for, but my friends, if this is the type of content that you'd like to see more of, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you do get notified whenever we go live or put up some content.
So, yeah, those definitely does give me the answers that I was sort of looking for. I know that there are a lot of streamers out there that are just putting out content and sort of doing it ad hoc. But yeah, there still has to be some sense of planning prior to actually going live. So, in terms of long term planning, though, I've come up with a bunch of different ideas, different tools to help you with that. Because some people are just sort of stuck in creator roadblock, I guess, or creator block, trying to think of ideas of what to do for their stream. For instance, if you're doing a weekly stream, what kind of content am I going to do next week, and what kind of things do I need to do to be prepared for it? Like, for instance, if you're doing a cooking show, making sure you're having the right ingredients for that type of show. So, but I'm going to go through about planning your streaming schedule. And I did it with sort of a year in mind, but I also came up with some shorter term ideas as well. So let's just jump on into it, because planning is the backbone of any real successful endeavor, and streaming's no exception to that. In the dynamic world of content creation, where the audience expectations are high, planning your streaming schedule for the year becomes a game changer. And I'm always reminded by this quote from Mr. Franklin: "By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail." And I've used that so many times in my life. And when I started streaming, the same thing is like, you need to have that plan that you can fall back on in case, if you're trying to do things ad hoc, you don't have a backup plan. But if you have that backup plan ready to fall back on, then you can continue on with that. So planning your streaming schedule also helps to improve your work-life balance. So beyond the content creation, planning your streaming schedule contributes to a better work-life balance. Knowing when you will be streaming allows you to allocate time for personal and professional commitments, reducing stress and burnout. So consistency and reliability. Consistency breeds familiarity. Ugh, that's a mouthful. Regular streaming times create a sense of predictability for your audience. Viewers are more likely to return if they know when to expect your content, helping you to build a dedicated community around your channel. And unfortunately for us, we were not consistent last week. Unfortunately, two of us were very, very ill. So we had to postpone last week's stream. So for those that were looking for us, we apologize that we weren't there to provide the information to you. Another reason, building anticipation, planning content in advance allows you to tease upcoming streams, building anticipation and excitement, and also utilize social media platforms to create buzz, generating interest, and ensuring a strong turnout when you go live. Some interesting stats here. 80% of the viewers prefer themed content as well. So planning out ahead allows you to align your content with relevant seasons, events, holidays, and trends as well, which is really big. I know for you, Manny, with your true crime, it's like, what's the story of the day that you do want to follow up and do your streams on? Like, for example, during holiday seasons, you can create themed content or special events, attracting a larger audience seeking such content. Like, the ability to tap into those trending topics provides an opportunity for increased discoverability and relevance. So I thought I'd come up and share some of the ideas for some monthly themes content for a calendar year. Like you had mentioned, Manny, in January, it's like a new year, new beginnings. Maybe you want to do something at the beginning of January about new beginnings, new resolutions, new things that you want to do throughout the year, and center a stream around that. Whether you do it on stream with your audience, or just do it in behind the scenes with your own planning as well. February, there's always Valentine's Day that you can center a stream around. So you can, if you're streaming once a month, you can use that as a target date to set your stream around. Or you can do some preparation leading up to Valentine's Day. Like if you host a craft channel, you can make holiday or Valentine themed type of items. Or if you're some Valentine themed foods as well. So you can do that on a cooking stream, for instance. And of course, March is sort of the introduction to spring. So getting out of hibernation mode and wanting to get outside and start heading out and seeing all the animals and the plants and everything start to come out of their winter hibernation. So perhaps focusing on the outdoor or Mother Nature's beauty as opposed to a lot of indoor type of activities. April is always around Easter, so you can do some fun egg hunt or bunny related or those types of fun little streams. And May, always want to say hi and thank you to your mother as well. So always do a Mother's Day theme. And then in June, Father's Day. Just ideas, throwing out of streams that you potentially could do. And then July, you're starting into summer activities now and a bunch of festivals that go on as well. So leading and sort of teasing these different festivals, preparing, or if you're making something on stream for these types of festivals or like fairs, like a Renaissance fair, if you're wanting to make costumes for it, that would be an excellent opportunity for an idea for streams leading up to that Renaissance fair. And sort of the same thing in August. Then there's usually some sort of civic holiday around there for a long weekend. So use that sort of as a theme to aim towards. And yeah, music festivals as well are big in August. So just a couple of ideas for there. And then September, always the back to school. So getting ready to go back to school, whether it be creating new routines after being done with the summer, getting into a new schedule. Your kids are 1 year older, so what new things are they going to experience? And then October, it's an easy, always aim for Halloween because that's always a fun time to be able to stream, whether you're making, baking, or creating different items. Like I know for us, we've done a couple of fun streams around Halloween about creating graphics for your streams as well. So that's always something fun to aim towards. And then November, myself, I'm always a big proponent of saying thank you to our veterans, and here in Canada, it's Remembrance Day. So doing different activities to help raise some funds, or some here and where I am, I like to raise some food for the Veterans Food Bank as well. So sort of do something to say thanks to our military people. And then December, there's always Christmas you can aim towards. The holidays, the songs, the characters, the movies, TV shows, all that sort of thing, all those sorts of things you can sort of incorporate into streams and engage with your audience as well. And around December, people are starting to get into that holiday spirit and are looking for that holiday type of content as well. And if you're looking for actual daily type of content, if you're looking for something a little different or sort of out of the box, I recommend this website, checkiday.com. It's the world's most complete holiday listing, which automatically updates to show you today's holidays. Like, for instance, today, January 21st, is National Granola Bar Day. Did you know that? It's also National Hugging Day and World Snow Day, which here up in Canada right now, we know way too well. So yeah, if you have like a cooking stream, for instance, you can look up a certain day And there's a 98% chance that there's a national food day of some sort, and you could prepare food for that specific day. So now, talking about maximizing opportunities. And if having a planned schedule enables you to maximize opportunities that may arise throughout the year. If something that is highly anticipated and set to release in your niche, plan your schedule around it can attract more viewers interested in that specific topic. And by staying ahead of industry trends and events, you position yourself to capitalize on the latest opportunities in that streaming community. Like, for example, if a new video game comes out, you can center a stream around the release of that and do a build up to that particular release date. And then just a bit of a timeline here. Talked about like milestone 1, identifying themes and streaming events that you want to do throughout the year. And then sort of do a mid-year check, number 2, to evaluate your engagement and then adjust your calendar and content plan accordingly. Number 3, doing a promotional blitz and publicize upcoming content and your streaming schedule. And then, of course, at the end of the year, you want to sort of review the entire year to see whether you've achieved everything and assess your overall content strategy. And then the next couple of slides that I have here have to do with some planning tools to help you with your planning process. And you're going to like these because these are free or low cost, which is something that I really enjoy sharing with you. So the number 1 thing I've listed here, Google Calendar. This helps you to schedule your content releases and planning content related activities specifically for you to keep yourself on track. And Manny has mentioned this many times in the past, Google Trends, allowing you to see what people are searching and looking for, and popular search queries. And one tool that we've used before, Notion. It's a free and flexible tool for creating content calendars and collaborative planning. Trello is another project management tool for organizing content ideas and tasks. Evernote, it's very useful for jotting down ideas, drafting scripts, and organizing research materials. That's available on a mobile app so that you can take it on the go with you as well. Your phone notes app, which I know a lot of people use all the time. It's there with you right away. So just jotting down content ideas. You come across something, say, hey, I could use that in the stream or as a content. Pull out your phone, write it down. So drafting scripts and helping organize your research materials. And something that we absolutely love here at C3, Canva. Offers free graphic design tools for creating visuals, thumbnails, and social media graphics. And within the last year, they've implemented a lot of AI as well, which I absolutely love. And next up, Buffer. It's a free tool for scheduling and analyzing social media content. Shotcut, an open source free video editing software with a user-friendly interface. CapCut is another video editor for everyone to create anything, anywhere. And CapCut is online, so you don't have to be on a computer to be able to use it. You could use it on your phone. You can use it in the library on the local machine. So zero cost to it. It's an online tool available for you to use. And of course, we have to add in those AI tools as well. So, ChatGPT, that AI language model that can assist users in generating and refining plans, offering insights and providing information related to a diverse range of topics. And sort of the same thing with Microsoft Copilot, which is Microsoft's equivalent of ChatGPT. So, excellent tools to help you with your planning and moving forward with your content. So, planning your streaming schedule is not just about creating a timetable, it's about building a strategic roadmap for success. The benefits extend beyond the immediate gains, fostering a more sustainable and enjoyable streaming experience for both you, the creator, and your audience. And with that, I just spewed out a bunch of information, and I'm really curious to find out more about what Dori and Manny, whether they actually use some of this information already, or if there's something new that you may have taken away from this. So, why don't we head on back and we'll start off with Dori. Anything new that you think that you might use in your planning going forward?
Well, excuse me. First of all, what a great set of tools, Kevin. Like, seriously, like you condensed it. You spoke about long term and short term. You addressed both of those things. And I think for anybody to be successful, I think you have to have a good combination of both short term goals for your streaming and a set of long term goals. And whether that be planning or flying by the seat of your pants like I do, I think I think it's important to have a mix of both. So to answer your question, the thing that you mentioned that sparked the biggest aha for me was the website that you mentioned, that Check a Day.
Check
I
ID.
always Check a Day. Sorry. Um I always forget that there are apps and sites out there available that allow us to celebrate those lesser known things. But they could be a great source of content creation to supplement other things. So I think that's amazing. Like, I'm a big hugger. And so to hear that today was World Hug Day, I mean, I'm sick. Nobody wants to be hugging me today. But I love that because that's not something that would typically necessarily come up in a stream, but you can talk about the health benefits of hugging. You can talk about
Mhm.
the mental health benefits of hugging, right? You could talk about, I don't know, personal space versus not personal space. There's so many things you could create content around just on that one topic. So that was a really amazing reminder for me. Manny, what do you think?
I loved the tools that he mentioned. And to be honest, there was a bunch that I don't really use on a regular basis, but there was some great tools overall. And just like you, Dory, that's what grabbed my attention. And that's why I was saying in my head, check a day. And it was like, wait, it's check I day. Cause I could hear that I when he pronounced it. And I could see me using that a lot more just for my clients that I work with, especially as you mentioned, Kevin, the cooking show, because I do one as well with a client. And if with any food ones, that would be a great one to do it that day. So I thought that was great. There was one tool that I think we probably all use that that wasn't mentioned, but Google Docs is a great tool. I use that all the time, and I kind of use it for even for my script or my story that I'm sharing overall. And so I think that's also a great tool. But the tools that you really hit on, even to answer Anna's question, because she asked which ones do we use, but you had mentioned that I use on a bunch of them. Google Calendar, one of my absolute favorites, and as you mentioned, Google Trends Canva, we all use that probably every single day, and Buffer, which is a great social media management. And so I use a lot of those, and of course, Chat GPT. And so, but the one that you did mention in your tools that I'm hearing more and more about that is actually grabbing my attention. Like, I think I want to, maybe even go a little deeper, is that Microsoft Copilot. I'm hearing a lot of really good things about that. And I mean, I haven't used it at all. So the fact that you even bring it up again, and here I am hearing about it again, I'm like, okay, they are doing some great things. So you really hit on some amazing tools for content planners in general. Like, I think you hit every important one, to be honest with you. So that was phenomenal. Thank you so much. That is some great value right there. That was my takeaway on that.
Well, thanks. And just to
And
give a little bit more of an explanation on that, the Microsoft Copilot, we actually have used it at work, and they actually have a couple of versions where you can just use it as a local GPT that doesn't
mm,
share your information up on the net. So it's just local to your business or your company. So you're not sharing that proprietary information out on the internet with everyone. So that's why our company adopted it. It was at the beginning of January of this year. It's gone live now, so we use that. And also, it's essentially the same as ChatGPT, but it's also current and up to date with the latest and greatest. So it's actually using GPT-4, not the 3.5, which is free.
now,
So
is that something, Kevin? You said it's local. So is that a piece of software that has to be installed on all of the machines that it's being used on?
if you go to the website, it gives you the instructions of how to actually use it on a local. So yeah, essentially you almost have to download everything onto your computer, which is a real unfortunate. It fills up a lot of space, but um, it's it's getting there where you can separate the personal from proprietary information. And I know our business, we have servers where we download a lot of that and we just use it internally as well.
That's what I was thinking. If it was downloaded to a server and then your local machines on that network server could access it, it sounds like that's more along the lines of what it's doing. That's interesting. That's really
Yeah.
interesting, actually. Um, and back to Anna's question when she said, "What do we all use?" Um, what we use here for C3 planning is we use Google Drive and Google Docs. So what we have is we have an actual Google account for our Content Creators Connect. All three of us are admins on it, and we upload all of our documents, all of our assets, and everything to it. And we all have access to it at any given moment. So we heavily utilize Google here at C3 for the collaboration and planning piece. We used to use Notion, but then we realized that we had our hands in a lot of different cookie jars. And so what we tried to do was streamline the process, lessen the amount of different programs we were using. And so we all decided to just settle on Google. And that's what we used moving forward, Anna. So hopefully that answers your question. I do want to scroll back up.
And actually, just to add on to that as well, we also use Facebook Messenger to chat with each other as well. And we use that as a communication tool between the three of
Right.
us.
I
Um,
definitely I want to add too, next week what Dory's going to be sharing on. Without giving anything away because I think it's very exciting, but what Dory's going to be sharing I think would be a must have in this list of tools that Kevin had, and I'm sure he's probably thinking of that as well. And you're not going to want to miss that if you're looking at how can I streamline some of this content creation and get more out of it. So the value that I got from her introducing it to me is phenomenal. So I look forward to next week big time.
And what did I
I
just
know.
say about teasing upcoming content? It's like that's why you plan on what you're going to be doing coming up. It's so you
For
can
sure.
tease
For sure.
and get somebody to attend the session next week.
Well said.
Definitely. Um, Anna actually mentioned that she's working on her content right now as well. So perfect timing, Kevin. Perfect timing for this content. And Anna said yes, for sure. She's going to be with us next week. So I think this was a great list. And just to quickly recap, everything is in the comments. Lots of free and low cost planning tools, from Google to even just the Notes app on your phone, which I use constantly. And some of these other things, I've used CapCut. I have not used Buffer, and I have not used Shotcut. So I'm interested to check out those two tools in particular. So before we send it over to Kevin to wrap it up, do either of you have any other parting words?
Yes, as another great tool that Android version of YouTube's little video editing software, I think that's another great tool to keep in the back of your pocket too, while we're on the editing subject and making life easier. But it's only for the Android users. That's all I got.
And I'll give you 2 thumbs up for that because I'm an Android user as well. So thank you for joining us tonight, as we've gone through talking about some tools that would help you with your planning process. And I just wanted to give you another video to go and check out. It was called Create Bulk Content in Minutes with Canva and Chat GPT. And Dori's going to post that link to that video in our description or in our comments there. And that was dated just late in the fall, September 17th of 2023. But seeing as we have planning for 2024 on our minds right now, I have a gift for everyone there. It is a free PDF because not everyone likes doing things digitally. They want to be able to manually and use a tactile thing. So I've created a planner for you that you can print out and use for the entire year. So Dori, go ahead and post that into the comments as well. Click on that link and you should be able to download that PDF and use it however you want to this year.
And my friends, if you enjoy content like this and you're finding it useful, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to our channel. And remember, sharing our content is also a great way to spread the love. And you can visit our website for information on all the ways that you can connect with us. Right there, you can see it on your screen, linktr.ee/Content Creators Connect. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And be sure to drop down into the comments below and let us know what kind of content that you would like us to cover in the near future. So don't hesitate, comment below.
And we want to say thank you for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3, tonight as we saw Kevin help us map out our roadmap for success in 2024. We will return next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where my voice will 100% be back, and I will be comparing 2 popular AI tools for repurposing content and creating YouTube Shorts. We will be multicasting live to YouTube, Facebook, and X, so be sure to join us. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. See you next week.
Bye-bye. Thanks for
Bye.
joining.